Hey guys, Vladimir here. I decided I'm going to start a new series where in between my bigger projects, I'm going to make these shorter videos that are going to be on either specific tips or will highlight a certain tool in Fusion 360 and how to use it. These are going to be shorter, so we're talking 5 minutes plus or minus, and I'm going to put them out weekly. So I'm going to be consistent with these. Every Monday I'll put out a little video, and I just need now to figure out a catchy phrase for these, like Tuesday tips or Wednesday widget. I need something for Monday since I decided on Monday. So Monday quickie, I don't know. If you come up with a good name, let me know and maybe I'll use it. But I just wanted to let you guys know that this is going to be starting. And so today we're going to start with the sweep command. We're going to look at how to use it and what it does. And if you think you know everything you need to know about the sweep command, just watch anyway, because I think I may actually show you something new. All right, let's get started. I'll begin by creating a rectangle and then extruding it up just so we have something to sweep around. We'll go with a sketch here on the XY plane, and then I'm just going to grab a 2-point rectangle, and then we'll draw a rectangle. Anywhere on here will work. Stop sketch, and then let's extrude this up. And the distance doesn't matter. I just want a box. Okay, now let's go ahead and draw on this face here. So we'll create another sketch on this face, and I'm just going to grab the spline tool. You can basically make any shape you want or any tool you want, but I'm just going to keep this simple. Spline, I'm going to draw a curve from here to here. So just those two edges, stop sketch. And then what I'm going to do is use my sweep command to take this profile and sweep it around these edges. So we'll go to create and then down to sweep. And I'm going to get this box that's going to ask me what's my profile. That's going to be this inner profile here. And then my path, I'll click on select, and then I can choose the path I want. You can see it creates that sweep. Basically, doing this right now would just be the same thing as just extruding this out. But the beautiful thing here is if I hold Control or Command on a Mac, and then I can select multiple edges, and I can have that path follow all the way around. So if I click OK, you can see that I was able to sweep that around all the edges. And the beautiful thing with Fusion 360 is you can open up that sketch. So I'll turn on that light bulb. And then in real time, I can amend this. So let's take a look at this sketch. And I can say, I want this to go in. And it'll just update that for me. So very nice feature here. So you can see how powerful that is. You can create all sorts of, moldings and a bunch of other things with this tool. So, okay, we'll stop there, and I'm going to show you one more thing here. So let's say I wanted something like this. I'm going to create a sketch on the ZX plane here, and I'll just grab the spline tool again to keep this simple, and I'll create a curve. Let's say a curve like this. I'll hit stop sketch, and then I'm going to create another sketch perpendicular to that plane I just made. So we'll choose the ZY this time, and I'm going to grab the spline tool again, and then we'll create a different curve. Let's say this time something go like this, going down, and then stop sketch. Okay, so now I have these two curves here that I made. And let's say I want this curve to sweep on this second curve that I made. Well, if I go to create and down to sweep, I can't do that. It doesn't let me select curves, right? It's only for profiles. But that's within the modeling environment. If I cancel here and I go from the modeling to the patch environment, now the patch environment allows you to extrude lines. So if I go down and go to extrude, I can pick this line and just extrude that out and I have a surface. But it also allows you to sweep your lines. So we'll go to create and then down to sweep, and I can select this as my profile. And then for my path, I can say I want this curve. Check that out. So I'll click OK. And so basically that's what I got. I got this curve here to sweep around the second curve, and you get some really neat shapes here. And then you can do the same thing again. So I can bring in both sketches and I can play with these. I can extend these out, come in with these, moving these points, and really just make all sorts of shapes by just moving these out. Now notice that if I remove the sketch here, you get two different faces here where they intersect. But for example, if I move this out, they don't have to intersect. I can move this out and I still get that curve to follow this curve. So very powerful feature here. And remember that this is only a surface. So if I want to make this into a body, I have to thicken it. So I can go to create, down to thicken, click here, say let's make it 3 millimeters thick, click OK. Let's remove sketches. And now I actually have a solid body here. If I expand bodies, you see I have my body and then I have also my surface. So, okay, that's the quick tip for today. Play around with this. I think you're going to find it really, really useful. The sweep command came in handy for my design a light bulb course, and where I modeled the bottom here with the coil command, these threads here. But I'm going to swing back the timeline just to show you how I used it. If you see the coil here, how it abruptly ends. Now, if I take that and just try to extrude it, it goes out straight, and I didn't want that. So what I did was I used the sweep command to follow this path here of the thread. So if I push this timeline up a little bit, you'll see how it continues that extrusion, but in the path that I wanted it. Now, I mean, it's a slight change, but I think it makes a big difference on how realistic the screw of the light bulb actually works. And then for just being able to modify spline points live, I took advantage of that on my design the Wonder Woman Tiara course, where this star had a unique shape and I needed it to kind of bend in, go through this layer, and then show a little piece over here. And I was able just to adjust the spline points live to see how it changed the actual model, and I can tweak that to get it exactly how I wanted. Okay, just some examples of how I used these tools in the past. So go ahead and play around with these, and if you want to look into these courses, check out my website, desktopmix.com, and I'll leave a link down below where I am now offering a full 30-day free trial access to all my courses, so you can try before you buy. All right, guys, take care. Oh, and if you have something you want me to cover, just leave it on the comments below.